What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Bedlam Eve is upon us, and got a lot to talk about. Before we do, make sure you have subscribed to the Sooner Surge and you've turned on your notifications. Appreciate all you guys who are a part of this as we move forward. As we move forward, Bedlam tomorrow. Everyone knows the key to this game. It's stopping Ollie Gordon. That is a lot easier said than done. If you look at where he ranks in the OSU lore as far as running backs, and what OU is going to have to do to stop him. So let's get right into it, guys. First off, Ollie Gordon this year, guys. How great has he been?
He's been Heisman great. Like what he's doing right now is, only one other player in Oklahoma State history has done it. And that guy was, I guess, kind of a big deal. He won a Heisman Trophy, arguably the greatest running back of all time in Barry Sanders. And that's have two back-to-back 250-yard plus performances. That's what Ollie Gordon's on right now. He's going to be looking to make it 3 in a row against the Sooners. Since a slow start, he's had over 100 yards every single game after the first 3 games of the year. And the OU rushing defense was great at one point early in the year, and as of late, they've struggled over the past 3 weeks.
Well, and I've heard a lot of people this week talking about the most important thing is to stop Ollie Gordon. And they're saying how good the linebackers have to play and everything. But, guys, I'm just going to be honest with you right now. If you're expecting a linebacker to go in there one-on-one and tackle him, it's going to be a long day. It's got to be a group effort because he makes a lot of people miss and he breaks a lot of tackles. And if you watch any of his film, he's very patient for a big guy, but he's got it all because he's got power in a hole. If he gets you in a little closet, he can hit you and bounce off you, or he can make you miss. He's very hard to tackle. Yeah. So you can't have a whole lot of one-on-one tackles. It needs to be a group effort.
Gang tackling is going to be a major factor tomorrow. OU's got to bring 2-3 guys. They got to all chase the ball. I will say this, though, and I know maybe I'm wrong in this. I would rather have to stop a run attack than someone who can spread the ball around, me personally. And I know Hunter's sitting there disagreeing. But listen, you can bring run blitzes. If you can win the line of scrimmage battle, it's over. I mean,
that's the whole.
This is the big thing, though, is I get what you're meaning, but Ollie Gordon's the best running back in the country right now. Everyone thought it was going to be an issue for OU to slow down Jonathan Brooks, which he still had, I think, 120-something yards against OU down in Dallas a few weeks ago. And Ollie Gordon's he's a video game player, like, honestly. He's 6'2". One site says he runs a 4.45 40 and is super patient. That does not happen for big running backs like that, for as tall as he is, how fast he is. It's just I know if you guys were on Double Trouble the other night with Jason and Jeremy, they were talking about kind of the Le'Veon Bell patience for Ollie Gordon. Like he just really just sits, waits for the hole to open, and then explodes, and he's very hard to bring down.
Well, two things here. First off, the way you really can stop somebody like this is if you have a better defensive line and they have offensive line, which looking across the board, OU should be able to win that battle, I would hope. If not, OU's going to have problems. But listen, you got to trash it up front. You can't have lanes right up the middle. You got to trash up the line of scrimmage where he's having to really wait and trash that area up big time by throwing block, whatever it may be. But you got to trash it up. The second thing is look at Venable's history. Jeremy, you can back me on this. Venable's history against teams that have a dominant running back. Go look it up when he was at OU, when he was at Clemson. Usually do pretty well if they're a one-dimensional type team, and they don't have a running quarterback. Is what I'm saying.
That's the key. They don't have to worry about Bowman. I'm not saying Bowman can't get out and scramble a little. That's not his first option or his second option. The other thing is, I like to trash up reference and analogy. And the other thing I would say is key for OU is you've got to stay home. You've got to fill the gaps, the right gaps. You can't get caught looking ahead or getting to the outside if he's not there.
You'll cut back.
You got to trust your teammates. You fill your gap, you do your job. And guys, coming off a week last week where OU did not do well in attention to detail, they hit that all week. Be attentive on the details. I think if they do that, they're going to be okay and be able to hold him under 150.
Hey, one thing real quick, and then I'll probably this last thing I have. If you look at their last few games, though, they've actually thrown the ball for more yards than they have ran the ball, and that's in 100% due to play action passes. You have to, if they're gashing you and he's running for 250, Bowman's going to throw on you because your eyes are going to be back there and you're going to let a guy behind you. So those are the two things that have to be stopped. You have to stop the run, and then that to me stops the play action.
I still think it's make Bowman beat you. This team was 2-2 through 4 games, Oklahoma State, and then Ollie Gordon went on a heater. Now they're 6-2. They've won 4 in a row, or maybe 5. I'm not sure on that. They started winning. All the issues that were in Stillwater, all the quarterback controversy that they had as Mike Gundy was using 3 different quarterbacks were healed pretty much overnight as soon as Ollie Gordon stepped on the scene and started running for over 100 yards per game. These last 2 games, over 250, like I mentioned earlier. And Jay, you're right. Like, you're going to have to, I think you said it was trash in the backfield.
Yeah.
And see, this is the issue with Ollie Gordon is, like, I'm watching him against West Virginia. There was a few plays where they did really good getting in the backfield. Should be a sure tackle for loss. 2 guys right there. He splits through both of them, makes a little move. He's gone for a 50-yard rushing touchdown. That's what's so hard to stop is even when everything says you should be able to make a positive defensive play, his ability to turn that positive into a negative for the defense.
Well, and sorry, one more thing. You mentioned that. You can't ever assume that another guy's going to make the tackle. You got to go full speed. But here's a positive is that the running back they just faced 2 weeks ago is pretty dang good. And that's from UCF.
Oh, yeah, they gave up 100 yards.
No,
So was Devin Neal.
He was
So
good
Devin
back,
Neal.
too. Yeah.
They played a really good stretch of running backs. That is true, but they've given up 3 straight 100-yard games on the ground. Yeah. And now you're going into, I mean, clearly the best running back that they will face all year in Ollie Gordon.
For sure. And look, you got Presley who's going to play a lot of slot. I look for OU to probably play a little extra DB or because, they can definitely man up on the outside. If you can have 7 in the box at all times, I think that's a must. But we'll see what they do. It's interesting. Viewers, I would love to hear
injuries are going to be like who plays or who doesn't, determining like really in Dan Stutzman and then Peyton Bowen and trying to slow down this explosive running back.
Yeah, and viewers, I'd love for you to drop it in the comments here. What's the magic number for Sooner Nation? What number do they have to keep Ollie Gordon below for them to be successful? I'm going with 150. I'd like to hear from you guys as well. Sooner Surge viewers, drop it in the chat, and we'll see what you got. But going to be interesting to see how they do tomorrow against this elite running back at OSU. Boys, till next time. Boomer.
Boomer.